Hi everyone, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. Hope you guys are keeping well. This is my iPhone 11 Pro Max, Series 5 here. I'm just going to go through my findings. There's some really seriously good tips and tricks that I've picked up using this as well. And I'm going to show you a couple of photo examples that I've managed to take during this time that I've had this. I didn't rush and try and be the first out the gate with a unboxing and full camera review, because first of all, let's start with one of my findings. iOS 13, that's 13.0, which this phone comes with, is buggy as hell. It's a frigging nightmare. Bloody disgrace. Hasn't stopped my enjoyment of the phone, in fact quite the opposite, but I'm quite surprised how many times I've had to close an app to reopen it. But I have been pushing this really hard, and I'll explain why. Good news is, in a couple of days time on Tuesday, which is the 24th, iOS 13.1 is being pushed out the gate to fix a lot of those bugs, fingers crossed. The other reason why I'm not rushing to do the camera review is this hasn't got the full camera prowess that is going to be available on this, because the deep fusion, where it takes data from all the lenses to make one superb high quality shot, hasn't been provided yet. And also I do want to wait for one more update after 13.1, because like everything, when you get these phones out of the box, doesn't matter which brand it is, you find the camera isn't as refined or fine-tuned as it will be further on down the line. And the example, the Huawei P30 Pro has had so many updates that its camera quality was vastly improved from day one, because they fixed or improved quite a number of things. So I do really like, if I unlock that a second, the Face ID. It works really well. I like it that I can tap, say, my banking app, because I'm looking at the screen automatically. It just opens because it's seeing my face. There's no tapping, holding a fingerprint under the sensor. And there's something to be said for just having less curved edges. It really is a usability's dream phone. So what I have done is I've been messing around with Apple Arcade and I've downloaded all the games on Apple Arcade, and I'll give those a shout and see how it goes. Now, I think the first thing we're going to talk about is the fact that this phone is really heavy. So it's 226 grams, and with the Apple leather case, it becomes 251 grams. That is really heavy. It's a really heavy slab, and you will notice this weight. I've been used to big phones like the Huawei 20X, so it doesn't bother me as much, but I think some people will notice this quite a lot. But what you do get as a consequence of that is Apple did put the battery up just under 4,000 milliamps. That's very good. So some of the camera stuff, I'll show you just a few photos now. Seeing the photos, you'll get some idea of what I mean. The camera consistency and quality just out the gate is phenomenal, and also the editing options. So like with a lot of phones now, you can take a portrait shot, you can adjust the f-stop afterwards in editing as well. You can adjust it, before you take it. You can adjust the portrait light effect as well. There's so many different things, and now you obviously can do portrait pretty much on pets and whatever you like, and the third-party apps on the iOS ecosystem will push the boundaries of what this camera can do quite dramatically. And it wouldn't surprise me if the actual processor, someone brings out a camera app that can record 4K at 120 frames per second, because I'm telling you, this phone can do it. I know it's 4K 60 across the board, front and back, but it definitely can do it. Talking about video quality, I have filmed a couple of reviews from products that will be coming up later on, not this week, maybe next week they'll go live, and the video quality is exemplary. It's very good. So video and photos, you've got consistency across everything, really beautiful. And the Photos app does enable a few tricks. So tip 1, go to the settings app, go to camera, and make sure under composition, auto apply adjustments is unticked. Now you could tick it, you can have a read what it says, but I would suggest keeping it unticked. Then when you take a normal shot, wide shot, not ultra wide, just a normal shot, you can go into the Photos app, you can find your photo, hit edit, hit crop, you can pinch to zoom, and the ultra wide version of that shot will appear, and then you can adjust the pinch to zoom, so you've got the perfect frame in that photo. It is amazing. It takes both shots at the same time. So my first tip is make sure when you're taking just a normal shot not to have your fingers covering the lens, or just really hold it so you realise it's going to take two types of shots at the same time. Now, talking of the ultra wide, tip 2, which is a really good one, is take the ultra wide shot, go back into your Photos app, go back into edit, go back into crop, and at the top of the screen, doesn't matter whether you hold it portrait or landscape, there's a box that says text that says auto. Tap on it. That will fix the barrel distortion that you get with ultra wide. You may not want it, you may like the artistic look, but it is incredible what it can do when it auto adjusts and reframes the shot for you and crops, and you can get some beautiful examples there. What else have I found? The battery life, I have been using it and it has been lasting me a day despite me hammering it. I still haven't got a true gauge on battery life. It is a bit too early. I've been using it quite a bit. I have had iTunes Max, which I pay for year in, year out, where I've got my entire music library, so I've got that downloaded on here, part of that as well. This is the 256 gig, which is ample. 64 gig would have been too little. Even with streaming everything, I don't think you can manage, especially if you use Apple Arcade, because some of the games now are quite substantial in size. And overall, it's looking quite good. But for me, having the integration, I haven't had one of these for a very long time, and I've forgotten how good this is. It is just, I mean, I've had lots of smartwatches, but if you want something that's really smart, does an awful lot, this is just so far ahead of the game, and it's been unbelievable as to see what this can do. And I haven't really looked into it, but the always on display, it's fantastic. On my first day of this, I got down to 10% with a low power warning, but it was installing all the apps on here. On my second day of use, I was down to 36% at the end of the day. It is a charge overnight device, but I do believe it would last Apple's claimed day and a half if you had to use it, which is pretty impressive. Now, if you did turn off the always on display as well, it might last longer, but really it's quite nice just to have that always on. This is the sort of Velcro loop type strap, and it's extremely comfortable and I quite like it a lot. But so far so good. I will compare this properly with which you fancy, P30 Pro, Honor 20 Pro, but from the evidence I can see, I think this all round is totally awesome. And I will pick up a night mode, so I've done some shots at night. When I test it, I'm testing the cameras, I will do some indoor tests when I'll create some dedicated scenes that are particularly difficult and also take shots into the sun. I want to just see stretch the limits of that. I was hoping to do some action shots where my dog's running on high speed on Dartmoor, but the weather's absolutely hammering down with rain at the moment outside, so that's not going to happen. Anyway, really this video, I hope it gives you some idea what to expect coming up, but I want to just see what you want and what you'd like. Anyway, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. I'll answer all questions below. Keep well, catch you guys soon, bye for now.